Hey everyone, just want to talk today about our confidence and our competence in our skills when it comes to those self-defense, the skills that we need to be training in and that we need to really have. And so it's not just firearms, though that's included. It's not just medical. It's not just combatives. It's not just fitness. It's not any of those individual ones, but it's all of those put together. It's so much more. And I had a couple situations recently where I kind of was able to think about that, because these are probably, they're going to be situations where you're not necessarily just right in the thick of it, you're getting ambushed, you're rolling right onto it or something like that, where you're going to have this time to think about it. And that's kind of what happened to me, is I wasn't just, spurred into action, but instead I kind of was on the outside looking in on these situations, and it made me think of, okay, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? Can I do this? Do I have this? Things like that, because I was able to kind of formulate a plan. And so then later on, it made me think about, well, that's good. Like, I was able to have this plan. I was able to know I could do these different actions because I had these skills or because I had these tools or things like that. And, one of the situations was a neighbor was having a discussion with, I think, a family member or a close friend or something out of the family, that got kind of heated in the shared inner courtyard. And I was inside the house wondering, am I going to have to step out and maybe intervene? It's not something where I'm going to use the firearm and draw. It's something where maybe I need to separate with hands, or maybe I need to, take them down or some of that and hold on to them. Or whatever, that I need to be able to be prepared to do it. And so inside the house here, I'm listening to the outside, waiting for maybe, or watching through the people to see if it really is going to get worse, and thinking about, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to separate them, this is what I'm going to tell her, or this is what I'm going to tell this gentleman that's getting a little heated, or this is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to make sure to watch for any weapons he has. I'm going to maybe take control of him in a certain way so that he isn't able to reach for any weapons or things like that, and talking myself through these plans, because I had some of that confidence in those skills, and I was having the competency of certain skills, certain moves and training that I've been able to do to be able to know I can do these things. Or another situation I had, which kind of at first I thought was kind of another combative situation because of how I was still far away from the situation, looking in, of a gentleman on the ground in the middle of the road, on just prone, and someone was standing over him yelling at someone else, thinking that some combative situation had happened. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to have to maybe do some of those similar things I've talked about in a different situation, but then realizing actually the gentleman yelling was calling for someone to call 911, that the gentleman in the middle of the road prone had fallen off the sidewalk, and something had happened, and it was a medical situation. So then I was thinking of, okay, what could I do? Can I check him out, see maybe what's going on medically with him? Could I help him? I have, aid bag in the back. I have different tools or things like that that I could use, or whatnot. And so it was, again, making me think and plan and be able to know, like, okay, I have confidence in my skills here. I have competency of what I can do here. I have these tools or things like that. And if you guys are asking yourself this question, or am I ready, or can I do this, or do I have these tools, maybe that will spur you to think, okay, I have this gap that I need to fill. And you guys need to look at yourself like that, look inwardly and see, this gap that I have, I need to fill. How am I going to fill it? Or this gap of whether it's skills, knowing how to do the skills, or maybe it's tools, things that I need to fill this gap. Or maybe you're looking at your family, your close friends, people that you are around a lot. Hey, if I am not there, or maybe the situation's happening to me, are they going to be able to fill that gap? Do they have the tools? Do they have the skills? Things like that. And guys, I really want you to look at yourself and think about it, because we should be able to have confidence and competency when it comes to self-defense, that we will be able to do, be able to meet the situation. At times, obviously, you come up with, the random situation where it's crazy, and of course, then it's going to get a little haywire on us. But we need to all be able to be meeting a certain level and then continually pushing that level even higher on our skills. And it needs to be in all those different areas. So, if you have a firearm, you're good at a firearm, well, you should be able to also have the skill to know when and where to draw, or to know how to control that firearm, to not get it taken away, or things like that. The same if you're having a situation where you're having a tussle because of a firearm. You need to be able to have the skills competitively or things like that to be able to control that weapon, or to be able to take it away from someone, or to be able to control the person's body so that it's not getting pointed towards you, or things like that. Or, just unarmed situations, that you're being able to control someone, overpower them with just your hands, or things like that, right? And the same with medical. You need to be able to have just the situation might have already happened, or it has nothing to do with any aggressive firearms, weapons related situation, but it's just strictly medical. And it's something as simple as, well, do you know how to do CPR? Yeah, maybe you've seen it on your favorite television series, or maybe you've seen it, however out and about, but do you actually know how to do it? Or do you know how to do other medical situations? Do you know how to apply a tourniquet, or do you know how to pack a wound, or, put a chest seals on, or things like that? So much more really in that medical realm than a lot of the other areas that you really want to know about. And the same goes for fitness, things like that. And so really, guys, look at yourselves and really figure out if you have in total tools and your skills and full confidence and competency that you would be bettering your reactive defense.